Hello, fellow guitar players, or maybe, fellow I would like to become a guitar player people. We're looking at the visual note system today. Now, this is a system, and I got to give you a little bit of backstory, that was developed by people in Italy. It is fully made in Italy. And they apparently had a Kickstarter campaign and decided, well, we need a little bit more time on it. But that Kickstarter campaign was seen by our friends in Asia, and they came out with their own system way before the Italians did. Which is why you might have seen this on a couple of channels. I know that Phil McKnight reviewed a similar system, not this one. And my buddy Glenn Fricker also reviewed a similar system from Asia, not this one. This is the system from the people that actually had the idea, patented, but the Asians don't care. I don't know if it's China or whatever. So we have the actual real visual note system here. There's a million things to tell you. I'll throw them in randomly. This is the amber system on the guitar. You can see the black system. The amber system is also installed on the guitar back there. I have an extra one. I thought for this video I would need 3, but I only needed 2, which means I have 1 for you to win. Watch the whole video. And then you know how to win the system. So, you will see how easy installation is in a sec. We filmed this. It's a system that you tape onto the frets. According to the company, I haven't tried this yet, you can get this off easily without any residue. That's important. It goes all the way up to the 21st fret, which is also important because the other system apparently doesn't go that high. Goes up to about, where was it? Well, here, and then loops around and then comes from the bottom. There's a little bit of a black strip that you can see up here that has the contacts. Goes to a tiny little box, which has Bluetooth and can be charged. Beautifully charged with, I gotta give them props for this, a very long charging cable, so you can actually charge while you play and not be entangled. And the other cool thing is, it's a magnetic charger. So it's a mag-lock system, bam. And if someone trips over it, they don't rip it off your guitar. It just comes off. So that is already, it's a very cool accessory. Props to them. So what's in the box? It's that cable, it's the Bluetooth box, and it's the actual LED strip. There's a 0 strip, as you can see right there, and right now I'm in effects mode. So there are several different effects modes. Some of them react to music, and you can actually yell into it or play music into it, and then it does like a light show. So yeah, you could even use this to just beef up your guitar on stage and be cool, I guess. But that's not the main idea. But before we get into anything, let's see how we install it. I gotta tell you, if you're a beginner and that's why you're interested in the system, you have to take the strings off your guitar and put them back on. Now, as a beginner, you might not be super comfortable with that. If you're not, there are YouTube videos that can show you how to do it, or just go to a friend and have him help you. It's not that difficult.
Time flying by, thoughts are trapped inside a black hole. No sleep tonight, rest till everything is set in stone. So I won't stop trying till the sun goes up. My body's tired, but my mind won't stop. I won't back down until I've reached the top. Till the sun goes up. Full moon, half pride, and empty bottles on the dance floor. Ideas wish that I could understand more. So I won't stop trying till the sun goes up. My body's tired, but my mind won't stop. I won't back down until I've reached the top. Till the sun goes up.
So we have this on my Oopsie, and here's the amber one on the series model of my Harley Benton, which has a roasted maple neck. On an actual maple neck, you will see this even less, but even here, it's not that bad. You can barely see it if you don't know that it's there, except it's blinking. So nothing is nothing is working here unless you have an app. So Michiel, throw the app on the screen. Thank you. Connects with Bluetooth. So you can, even if you want that for on stage, put 3, 5, 7, 9, 12 and so on fret markers on there. So that works rather well. And then there's, what is this? Solid color. You can just pick any solid color. But obviously that's all more like a gimmick. We want to see how it can help you learn the guitar. You can use your own tabs. I haven't tried that. It reads any, for songs, it reads any Guitar Pro arrangement, which is very nice. Guitar Pro and something else that they mentioned, I don't remember the program. So you can load that in there. How you load it in there, I don't know, because if I go to use your tabs, I literally don't know how to get it in the phone. But I'm sure they know how to do it and they can help you. The interesting thing to me is when we go to things that will help you. Now, if you don't know anything about chords, if you don't know what a chord is, or what a 7 or -7, blah, 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 all that stuff is, right now, this isn't helping you, except that it is. Because you can go to beginner level, and there are lessons. So, I can go to this.
Hi guys, I'm Martina from Visual Note. Welcome to the Music Learning Revolution. Today is the first lesson, so we're gonna start from the beginning and learning all the guitar parts. This is the headstock, and you have here the tuning pegs. Then we have the nut here, and the neck. And this is the body to the nut. And this
Yeah, I'm sure you'd much rather watch her do that than me. So do that. Watch her do it. There you go. So there's a whole bunch of lessons that help you understand the guitar and how to use the system effectively. Then you can go to chords, C major. Now you can hear the chord. Out of your phone. I'm recording that right now. And you can see it right here. And the lights and the colors, if you zoom in there, Michiel, show you the fingers. Blue is your ring finger, green is your middle finger, red is your index finger, and yellow or orange is your pinky, which you don't need right now. So it shows you, put your fingers right there. We have 2 open strings. Open string, and then that weird triangle. Ring, middle, index. If I want a different kind of chord, I go to minor and say G minor, and then it's showing me the G minor. Can you see that? The strings are, for you in front of YouTube, the strings are a bit in the way. For me, I can see this relatively clearly because from my point of view, I can see past the strings. So for me, it's very clear. Now, if I want a different voicing, a different form of G minor, I have 3 different alternatives. There's another one. Oh, up here. And there's another one. So you can also, if you want to practice a couple of chords in a row, put them down here. C major, we're gonna go F major, I put that there, A major, I put that there, and then you can actually play that by just hitting play. Or you want that faster, you just go to a different speed. Come on, play it. Okay. I will talk about the app later. Right here I can show you something that I'm going to give them input, and you should give them input too. What do you think about this? There are 7 blocks here. Well, usually music happens in blocks of, like, especially chords would happen in blocks of 4. So why 7? Why wouldn't this be 8 or only 4? And there's a couple of things in the app that I think they could easily fix and just make it more, simple or more musical. Also, if you're saying repeat, it will repeat all 7. So right now it's going to play 3 chords and then just play empty spots. So there are a couple of things that need to be worked on in the app, but it's already usable. It's already doing what it's supposed to do. It's showing you where to put your fingers. I would also like to see just more voicings. You can clearly see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's great that they give me 3. It would be cool if I can just get more or even put in my own. Me as a guitar teacher, I would very much like to be able to say, oh, student, this is a cool voicing. Punch it in. It's in the app that I share with my student, and he can go home and actually get that voicing on his guitar in LEDs. So being able to customize it to the way that I teach, for me, would be very important. Please comment how important that would be for you, or if the basic functionality that it has right now is totally fine for you to get started. Then we have scales. Similar thing applies to scales. Being able to customize it more than the app right now offers would be great, but maybe that's totally fine for you. So we're gonna go to C major, box 1, and look at that. Red, green, blue, orange. Here, see if I move the guitar, you can see. So I'm sure there's lessons for that, where the nice lady explains how that's done, but I can just follow this. So for me, to give this to my student, I would like that one extra note to be, that B, to be on that scale. So I would love to be able to go in and say, edit, put the B in, red finger, save. That would be cool to just, do your own thing with it. There isn't any, more advanced things like Lydian and Mixer and all that. Well, doesn't have to be. But as long as they give me editing capability, that would be great. And I'm sure this is just the first iteration that they're going to expand that. So don't be disillusioned or turned off by the current simplicity of the app. It's software. The hardware is working. Software is easy to expand. So you write in the comments what you would like to see, because I talked to the makers of this product and we talked about the app and what I think the app could be, and they're like, well, that's great input. They weren't in any way pissed off or anything. They really liked the input, and they said, we would love to see what your viewers think about it. What is the level of your viewers? What do they want to see in the app? What should it be for them to really latch onto this product? So I can go into a different box, and then I'm up here. And again, I would like to edit that a little bit because it's not the way that I would like to play this box. I like to stretch it a bit. So here we go. I like to play this down. Of course, I know how to do this, but by being able to have custom settings, that would be very easy for me to just change those notes to the other string, and bam, my student has it the way I want to teach it. I can, of course, do a D minor. Let's do D here, D pentatonic. There we go, this box right here. Another box. You get the general idea. There's pentatonic, minor, there's blues. Blues will add, let's do box 4, where are we there? Whoa. That's not D blues. Here we go. There we go. The thing is, obviously, you're gonna have to look at this, try to get the pattern into your head, but be independent of the app and the lights. Because if you always follow the lights, you will always need the lights. Use it as a teaching tool, use it as a visualization tool, but then turn it off. You know? Just go, I don't know how I turn it. Here we go. Oh, what did I do? I turned the box off. Now I see the scale all over the fretboard. Look at this. With my roots in red, that is very nice. And I can actually play this anywhere. So I feel already like I'm following the lights and I'm not really thinking about memorizing the positions. Memorize the positions. This is a great helping tool. Don't make it the only way that you learn guitar. And you know what? The makers of this product would absolutely agree with me that it's supposed to help, but it's supposed to get you to where you memorize it. There are scales, chords, there are arpeggios. Same thing applies. Different positions. C major arpeggio. Can't hear that one. So, where are we? That's C minor. Here we go. A C major arpeggio. That looks about right. Am I using the right fingers here? That was blue. Yes. Okay, they're doing this good. Yep. Great. Now, of course, I know these patterns, but I tried it with a student of mine. We had it installed on both guitars, and it immediately gave him motivation to do certain things that otherwise he wouldn't do. It worked, and he doesn't know these things the way I know them. So we have a tuner, which is really just playing. Doesn't actually tune the guitar in terms of getting a signal in. It just shows you the notes. And then we have songs and riffs and solos. So if we go to riffs and solos, let's look at this. I've never done this. I'm going to turn the phone. Now what you can do here is, there are a couple different tracks. There's a bass and a piano. You could even let the app show you the bass. But right now what we're seeing up here is the guitar. There are the measures. I have a tempo, which is very important because you're gonna have to get that down, because what's gonna happen is a light show and you're gonna go like, I can't play all this stuff. You're gonna have to slow it down. But let's see. that was simple enough that I didn't necessarily need a different, let's see, tempo. Let's see, I don't know. Let's make it up. Well, that's all rather simple. Now, if I wanted to look at something in detail, I can actually isolate certain sections of the song. Well, obviously that doesn't work. You can't just follow the lights. So you're gonna have to learn a certain section, which is, I'm gonna do this. I'm hitting 1. And I'm gonna hit the 20 and make that a 4. Now I can loop that and I can change the tempo. Single, and we add one more. You get the idea. You can pick what you want in the tempo that you want. So I now know, hypothetically, the beginning of this. I go back to my 121, select. So, as long as you can slow it down and select sections, this is a tool that actually can work. As long, again, as you memorize it without the lights. So, okay, it worked for me. Moving back. Of course, there's then there's also songs, which aren't songs from any bands, because then they're getting into trouble with licensing and all that. So they're in the style of, let's see, classic rock study A minor. Obviously, we're talking about all of this being, beginner stuff. Similar to what we did before, single notes, you can do chords, obviously. So, this is how the system works. Now, when I accepted the job, I'm getting paid for this, by the way, by Visual Note. Thank you for sponsoring this video. When I accepted the job to talk about the system, I was skeptical, because me as a teacher, I want to see certain things in software. I want to see, I want flexibility in terms of me deciding what patterns and all that get shown. And obviously, I think you should talk to a teacher that actually shows you, which is kind of cool because they have the videos. So the videos really, really make up for the things that the lights can't do. But the lights really can help you. I think there's a lot of potential in the system. For me as a teacher to type something into an app and say to my student, go home, download the lesson that we just had, and there's the 4 chords we talked about, and he gets it visualized. That way he doesn't write it down, he doesn't lose a thing. There's absolutely something to be said for this. There's also something to be said for being motivated. A lot of people came actually from Rock Band and Rocksmith and these video games on Xbox and PlayStation. And this is a little bit of that approach, which isn't bad at all, as long as it keeps them motivated to pick up the instruments and stick with the instruments. So, way to go for that. I was also skeptical about the hardware. I could install it on this guitar without a problem. It is solid. Do I always want it on this for the rest of this guitar's life? Maybe not. Do you want it on your guitar? Well, maybe you're skeptical about that because you have a nice guitar. What if you have a nice guitar? Do you need a system like this? Maybe not. Tell us what you think about, would you rather buy the system by itself and put it on your guitar? Or would you rather buy a whole guitar that the system is already on? Because they offer a Strat style guitar for I think 100 or 150, something like this more, with the system already installed. So that's the other thing. The system is not super inexpensive. It clocks in at $199, which means when you're a beginner and you're buying a beginner guitar and an amp and all this, you already have to have a budget, and then tagging on $200 of that budget might be too much. But there are programmers involved. You know how much LED strips are, the ones that I have all across the room. They're not inexpensive. So, yeah, there is a value here, and it's not just the hardware, it is the software that needs to be kept up to date and all that stuff. Bluetooth is licensed, blah, blah, blah. It costs money. So would you rather put this on your own guitar? It needs to be a Strat guitar. It does not work with a Gibson style scale length or an SG. It needs to be Fender scale. Okay? That's important. But maybe you don't even want to worry about that. Do you want to, please comment below, just buy their guitar for $100, $150 more and have it installed, and then that's your practice guitar to play these songs. And maybe you have an Epiphone at home, you have like a single cut Les Paul style guitar, and then you actually play those songs on that guitar, which might be cool because on the guitar with the LEDs, you're learning it, but then you're forced to learn it without the lights and transfer it to a guitar without the lights. So actually buying their instrument that already has everything installed might be the way to go. Comment below if that's a good idea. Comment below what you would like to see in the app. Something that I, for example, would like to see in the app. There are a couple of things. Number one, on the chords, I would like to be able to put in my own. More voicings, maybe they don't give them to me, but I can put in my own, my friends can put them in. Make it a community thing where we can share chords. That's cool. I think the little player at the bottom needs a little bit of help, and but that's just a little gimmick. What I would like to see is actually when I'm hitting this chord, a fretboard diagram. The classical fretboard diagram that you see in songbooks all the time, so that when I'm learning, I'm getting used to the look of that diagram. Not just this, it is the fretboard diagram. It is the perfect version on the guitar of the fretboard diagram. So way to go, Visual Note, but give it to me in the app as well. That way I'm learning what that looks like. The other thing that bugs me a little bit is the voicing of the chords that you hear is not the voicing that you're actually going to hear on guitar. I'll demonstrate. So right here, did you hear that? It was 2 times the same voicing. Whereas in this voicing here, the highest note is that. That's what the note needs to be. but it's that. So that's a little bit of a critique. I would like. That's not what I'm hearing. So I think for a beginner, it's important to get the audible feedback from playing the chord that it's actually going to be, because I expect this chord to sound like the one you're hearing from the app. That's such an easy fix. All these things I'm bitching about is software. Can be fixed by tomorrow. But comment below whether or not that matters to you. I mean, it's easy to fix. Again, on arpeggios and scales, same deal. I want to be able to customize a little bit, just to go further than what they've been working on. And further on the riffs and solos, there is, thank you, Michiel. Michiel Posigny is switching for me today. I have to look at the lights and follow. It would be nice to have a visual overview of the part that you're going to play and give beginners a little bit more of the traditional way. So there is space right here. Use that space, I said, to put the tab in. That way I see rhythmic notation, I see this is coming after this, I can look ahead of, this is going to come. I think putting a JPEG of the tab in there to play along would greatly improve the capability to learn the song more effectively. The lights are great. Give me everything. Give me the tab, give me the audible, give me the lights, and all of a sudden you have kids picking up this instrument and making real movement forward. But again, this is software. The app is functioning, the app is ready, the product is there to be bought. Any info that you're giving them in your comments and that I'm giving them, they are happy about, and they'll put in or not, depending on what you want. So, yeah, at $199, this isn't like your little gimmick that you just buy, be done with, play a little bit. You really need to make use of this. But you can. I think I was very skeptical. I'm a teacher. I was very skeptical. I think there's absolute potential in this for teaching, for learning by yourself, and for picking up the instrument and being motivated. You're going to say this, and I'm going to say it for you. Resale value is pretty much zero. Once you rip this off your guitar, you can't install it again. So this is $199 invested, and you will not get the $199 back. You won't get $3 back. Once you take it off the guitar, at some point, if that is something you choose, the money is gone. But how much do you want to put on education? How much do you want to put on I've learned something? How many lessons can you buy for $199? Well, not as many as the system will give you. So if you're stuck with scales, arpeggios, this can help you. If you're a beginner, this can help you. I think there's a lot of potential. And I'm thinking what they put in the box is killer. The hardware is good. So let's talk about how you can get your own Visual Note Amber system. Looks like this. When you get it, the cable's at the bottom. If you have a Strat that you want to install this on, maybe your first guitar, or maybe it is your first guitar and you only have one, and you just came to the channel for this product. It's Christmas. We have a couple more weeks. Michiel, do you still have crazy stuff? I think you have crazy stuff, right? crazystuff@hennypoly.com. Send an email to crazystuff@hennypoly.com with a JPEG or some kind of picture. Today, the Hive is the big thing. With you in your ugliest Christmas sweater. You might have some reindeer ears. Reindeer ears? What are they called? Reindeer ears.
Antlers.
Antlers, thank you. Ears? But they also have ears, the reindeers, right? Otherwise, how would they hear? Antlers or whatever. I want you in the stupidest looking Christmas outfit you have. I will pick the stupidest Christmas outfit winner to get a Visual Note system from Visual Note. They don't know about this because they sent me 3 because I said I need 3 to test it on different guitars and all that. But then I found out that 2 guitars is enough. So I have 1 left over. That is for you. Please, crazystuff@hennypoly.com. Crazy Christmas stuff. Send now. Get your Visual Note system. Check it out. I think this is a different way of thinking about teaching, and it can work. It absolutely can. Depends on how you use it. Thank you to Visual Note for sponsoring this video and being forward-thinking cool guys from Italy. I put links below to the I put links below to the website. And animals will be at the end. Thanks to Michiel for doing this for me.